Science Lab. The signs are happening because Jesus is coming. Before the break, we asked you the trivial question of the day. Who is the 13th king of the ancient kingdom of Israel?
Option A, Jehu. Option B, Jehoash. Option C, Jeroboam II.
And the right answer is option C, Jeroboam II. The prophecy in Amos 7 identifies Donald Trump as a modern-day type of King Jeroboam II of Israel. King Jeroboam presided over a spectacular renaissance in the kingdom of Israel in the first half of the 8th century BC. Israel attained a level of material prosperity, power, and national security it hadn't experienced since King Solomon.
Today, America and Britain are the modern-day descendants of ancient Israel, and these nations are enjoying an obvious resurgence. Who is ultimately responsible for this resurgence? Verse 27 says that it was God who saved Israel by the hands of Jeroboam.
This resurgence was not because of any personal greatness or leadership skill by Jeroboam. It was because God took pity on Israel in its affliction. And of course, God didn't want the name of Israel to be blotted out. Another reason was because God saved Israel. The same thing is true today. God is behind the resurgence in both America and the Jewish state. The Jews today are the descendants of ancient Judah. The nation of Israel covers virtually all the territory included within that kingdom. Anciently, both Israel and Judah experienced a national resurgence at precisely the same time. The King James Study Bible says, during the first half of the 8th century BC, both kingdoms were enjoying great prosperity and has reached new political and military heights. As is so common with the human nature, the material prosperity and power caused both of the people of Israel and Judah to grow overconfident and arrogant. 2 Chronicles chapter 26 verse 16 says, "But when Uzziah, Judah's king, became strong, he became so proud of himself and his accomplishment that he acted corruptly. He was unfaithful and sinned against the Lord his God." Both Israel and Judah became overconfident. They became fixated on material world and pursuits and unsatisfying carnal passions. It was also a time of idolatry, extravagant indulgence in luxurious things, immorality, corruption of judicial procedure, and oppression of the poor. Many were so deceived that they actually believed God was blessing the nation for its righteousness. Anciently, the revivals in both Israel and Judah were short-lived. Not long after, Israel was conquered and its people dispersed in captivity of the Assyrians. The affluence in the kingdom of Judah lasted a little bit longer, but it also ended. Judah was soon conquered and enslaved by the Babylonians. This history is so positive and inspiring. If only America, Britain, and the Jewish state would give it the time and attention it deserves. God is using this history and its present parallels to warn these nations. He is giving these nations a resurgence so He can deliver one final warning. He is trying to communicate with us. Will you listen to what God is saying? Israel should not allow President Trump's ardent support to bail it into the trap of overconfidence. It must not exaggerate America's long-term commitment and ability to support and defend the Jewish state. It must not allow its economic and military strength to foster a false sense of security. After all, what happens if America's president suddenly changes its approach? What comes after Donald Trump? His current stance on Israel is an exception among world leaders. At some point, this anomaly will end. Then what? Israel is confident and optimistic, but it must be realistic, and it makes a grave mistake if it leaves God out of the picture.
For now, Israel has Donald Trump on its side. Thanks to God's sanction, America's president is a powerful force to be aligned with. But Bible prophecy says Mr. Trump and the resurgence underway in both America and Israel is a temporary phenomenon. Time, geography, global trends, and Bible prophecy are on the side of Israel's enemies.
Israel is a timepiece we should watch out for in these last days. By looking at what's happening in and around Israel, we will know at what time we are in. All this shows that we are living in the crucial hour in the last days.
What is foretold in the Bible is happening again in our lifetime. The budding of victory, that is the nation of Israel, shows that we are living in the last days. Lord Jesus is coming again very soon.
Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to tune into Science Lab next time. Remember, signs are happening because Lord Jesus is coming. Maranatha.